The one thing question is so incredibly powerful. I think that it is one of the most important decision-making frames that we can use as entrepreneurs and leaders. All credit in the world here goes to the creators of this. It's not me who created it. It's Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. I'm lucky I actually know Jay Papasan now. He lives here in Austin just like I do. And I refer to their book over and over and over and over again with strategic planning in the boardroom and whatnot. So here's the question. This is the one thing question. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? I feel like this question contains like a million bits of wisdom in something like 15 words. It can be really tempting when we're looking at our day, our week, our month, our quarter, or year to say, oh, well, here's my grocery list of all the things that I want to do. I want to read this book. I want to study this course. I want to train this person. I want to learn about AI. I want to do this. And it just becomes overwhelming. A lot in life depends on us getting something up to the point of shippable product. It's kind of like if I have only 9 of the 10 digits required to dial a phone number, I get nothing if I only dial 9 of the 10 digits. If I don't have that 10th digit, I'm not going to be able to call someone. Likewise, let's say there's 3 numbers on a safe. If I know 2 of the 3 numbers, it's not enough. I get 0. It's not like I get 1/3 of the treasure if I have 1 of the 3 numbers and 2/3 if I have 2/3. No. I get 0 unless I have all 3. Likewise, if you think about nature, a small little sapling, if it's in the ground, it can easily be crushed by a deer or a bear walking through. So we have to protect that sapling until it can grow big enough such that a deer or a bear goes around it. And if we don't protect it, it might get killed, and it might be a total waste of the nitrogen and the sunshine and the water that went into getting that tree to its tiny little sapling size, because we just ended up killing it because we didn't put enough focused energy on it. And so the one thing helps us to get out of this tyranny of being spread so thin on so many different things that we're never going to get anywhere, that it forces us to say, in a given time frame, in a day, a week, a month, a year, a quarter, what is the one thing, if accomplished, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? I think that this is an incredibly powerful question when we're doing especially annual planning, quarterly planning, and then sprint planning, and then actually daily planning. So it's the exact same question, but we just scope it up or scope it down based on the time frame. So yes, what I'm saying is literally every night before I go to bed when I'm planning my next day, I'm always asking the question, what one thing, if accomplished tomorrow, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? And obviously that needs to serve the 2-week sprint, and the 2-week sprint needs to serve the quarterly, the quarterly view. And what you'll experience, I suspect, when you go to use this one thing question is you're going to feel a lot of, no, I don't want to. You're going to feel a lot of away energy. And the reason you're going to feel away energy when you ask this question, it's like, well, I could do 3 things. I have enough time. I could do 2 things. I don't have much in the calendar tomorrow. Or I have a ton in my calendar. I'm someone who can make things happen. Whatever the narrative is that you're experiencing, your brain is literally having a temper tantrum because it's forced to do something hard. Something hard oftentimes takes a lot of brain energy. And what takes a lot of brain energy is literally counterproductive to evolution. Evolutionarily, we are programmed to avoid spending energy because back when we were cavemen and cavewomen, like sometimes we didn't know when the next meal was coming. So anything that preserves energy is usually what our body wants to play for. It's also why we're very, we feel a lot of friction oftentimes to working out, same kind of phenomenon. The same is true though with intellectual work. If we have a hard decision, our brain just wants to procrastinate. It's like, oh, go get a snack. Oh, go check your email. If there's something cognitively challenging, and that's what happens every single time we sit down and we have to say no to everything except one thing. Here's the one thing, if I get it accomplished tomorrow, will make everything else easier or unnecessary, is surprisingly cognitively taxing on us. And here's the flip side, if we're willing to pay that price, then when we wake up in the morning and we say, look, the world may come and take its pound of flesh. I may have a million crazy things happen. I might have angry customers, disappointed staff. I might have bad news in the media. All this messiness might happen. And no matter what, even amidst all that messiness, there's just one thing that I'm going to focus on. And I'm going to commit to that. if I get a 10-minute bonus break, if I have an unexpected meeting cancellation, if I get a window, I'm doing that thing. It's probably also advisable that you make it the very first thing that you do in a day before you open up your inbox, before you open up meetings and the world starts to bang and kick down your door. I typically like to do my one thing first thing in the morning before I kind of put this open sign on for the day for the world to come and get me. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that when you feel that sense of like, well, no, I want to do 2 things. I want to do 3 things, but no, they're really important. But no, there's a deadline. All those kinds of objections are going to come up. Thank the objections for being there. That's your body just protecting itself. And put it to the side and say, truly, this time tomorrow, in 24 hours from now, if only one thing had been accomplished and nothing else got done, what will I wish had been my one thing? By having that cognitive and emotional, psycho-emotional discipline to feel the temper tantrum and say, okay, I got it. My brain's protecting myself. And I'm still going to stick to just one thing. To have that discipline when you're talking about your next day, when you're talking about your next 2-week sprint, when you're talking about the next quarter, when you're talking about the next year. If you live by that, just give it a spin. Give it a spin for 90 days. Heck, give it a spin for 2 weeks and just see how much more you're actually getting to shippable product. How much more you're getting all 3 digits on the safe. You're getting the sapling to big enough that it can stand on its own. You're getting to the point that you have all 10 digits of the phone number that now actually you can get somewhere. Absent shippable product, we're never going to make progress. We do not get rewarded for projects started. We get rewarded for projects completed. And the one thing is one of the most helpful tools I've ever seen. It's lightweight. It's simple. Sometimes it's not easy to answer the question, but it is lightweight and it is simple. And we don't need to ask anyone for help. No one has to guide us. We don't have to pay anyone for it. Okay? It is incredible how much you're going to get more shippable work out the door, whatever it is you're working on, by applying the one thing question consistently. If you found that to be helpful, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.